Welcome, everyone, to another enlightening Ascension Wisdom Conversations. It is brought to you by Galactic Ascension Academy at SheilaTillich.com. Yes, this is the time to awaken and live your soul's mastery. I am a galactic grandmother, Sheila Tillich, and I invite you to relax and enjoy this time together as we discover our Ascension Wisdom Mastery. As souls, we have entered a higher dimensional reality as humans on planet Earth. This is the new energy consciousness. It has awakened our multidimensional spiritual DNA abilities, which are given to us by our galactic ancestors. Join me, dear ones, as we live at our soul's full potential, live in our wisdom mastery in this ascension time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ascension Wisdom. And my name is Sheila Tillich, and I'm your host. And today we're going to have a great time because I have a friend that I've known for years, and I am just so excited to bring her in this beautiful actual conversation about Ascension Wisdom. So, welcome, Lisa Mandell. Hello, Lisa.
So much. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you today, Sheila.
I am too. Okay, everybody, I'm going to actually read her bio so you know a little bit about my friend Lisa, and she's from down in Pennsylvania. So she will tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. Okay, so Lisa's bio. Lisa Mandell is a medium, a psychic, a Reiki practitioner, and a teacher. She started leading guided meditations during her freshman year in college to help people find peace and balance. She continues to lead guided meditations in West Pittston, PA. Lisa works with tarot cards to help people get a better understanding of what is happening in their lives, what has influenced these events, and where their actions are taking them. She also teaches others how to better listen to their inner guidance. Their inner guidance. I wanted to say that again. Yeah. In a medium and psychic development class Thursday nights in West Pittston. As an evidential medium, Lisa helps people who have lost a loved one reconnect with their loved one's energy to help bring peace and healing. In 2024, Lisa opened the Starlight Academy for Metaphysical Studies to create a space where tutors can come from all over the world to share their knowledge. This is also a space where new practitioners can come to gain experience in the subjects they study at the Academy. In addition to the weekly psychic and medium development classes and monthly meditations, we have some exciting upcoming events, including Trance and Physical Mediumship Intensive Weekend, May 16th through 18th, with international mediums Andrew Codling, I said that, Codling, all right, and Jan Higgins. And of course, our psychic sampler in Lilydale, June 15th through the 19th, featuring Suzanne Barnes, Lisa Mandell, Nancy Smith, Teri DelAurora, and the team from Wyoming Valley Ghost Tours. Wow, that's so impressive.
It's so exciting. And there's so much to do. And I've been trying to find a way to get all of the different things I wanted to do all in one place. And I haven't quite gotten that, but it's stuff that we can get everybody together and just do a whole lot of exciting things. And my favorite part about, I'll go in reverse order. My favorite part about the Lilydale stuff is it's like a little taste of a lot of different things so that people who are just starting out on their journey can have try different things and find out what it is that calls to them, what things interest them, what things they have an affinity for, what comes easily to them and they just kind of slip right into, and then go out and learn more and do more with it.
Exactly. And when I was reading your bio and I was reading that about Lilydale, all I kept on thinking of when you were in Lilydale the first time and we met at my friend's house and you were so excited and I was so excited for you to be in Lilydale. It's like, oh my gosh, that was so many years ago. I love it.
I know, and being able to teach there is different. I love going and teaching. I love going and just being there. um, feeling the energy, especially in the Leland Woods in the forest. Um, I love that you can sit at the cafe and have a discussion about literally anything, and the people don't start backing away from you or looking at you crazy. You know, I
Yeah.
had uh afternoon we were talking about a class we were taking on table tipping, and a girl at another table's like, "Oh, table tipping, I love table tipping. Can I join your table in your conversation?"
Yeah.
If you do that, in Rochester and Wilkes-Barre or in West Pittston, people
Yeah.
look at you a little bit different.
They do. They do. They do. It's like, oh, getting away from her. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I want you to tell me a little bit more about your academy because, I love to network and I love to be with people who like to network too. And also about this academy about metaphysical studies. That's right up my alley. That's my talk. That's my talk. So can you share a little bit more about that for my community?
absolutely. Last year in July, I had just gotten back from Lilydale, and Lilydale is really inspiring to me because it's a place where people come from all over and share their knowledge.
Hmm.
And it's a little bit far. It's a 5-hour drive each way. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if there was something just a little bit closer where I could do something like that? And I'm getting a little bit older. I didn't want to travel so far. So there is this beautiful building close to where I work my day job. And it was available for rent. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could just take this wonderful place and fill it with teachers from all over the world, just like at Lilydale, but home, you know? And I'm hoping to be able to, I have tutors coming in from England next weekend. I have tutors I've been in contact with in New York, in New Jersey. I've got another one coming from New Jersey in June. Susan Barnes from Lilydale was here last summer. And there's just so much to learn, and I don't know it all. And I'm the first one to admit it, but there's so much more I want to learn. And having a place where all of these people can come together and share their knowledge and experience and just take this little puddle of light that we've created and make it into a beacon so that more people can come and grow and gather and just be and become.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it, and I love the energy, and I'm so excited about the energy that you're sharing with the world and exactly what's happening here. So this conversation and the whole topic of humanity and the topic of ascension. And so it's about sharing our wisdom and your wisdom about having some place where people can come and share and learn is what it's about. It's
Yeah.
about. Exactly. So, what is your wisdom? How did you wake up? Or I know that's a kind of a loaded question, but what started you on this path? What started you on this path?
When I was little, my little sister and I used to play games with each other, with people who weren't there. And, we just kind of got, shushed and, go do that somewhere else. Then we grew up and life got in the way, and all that kind of went to the side.
Yeah.
And then my husband got sick, and modern medicine was not able to heal him. And in desperation, I started looking for other ways, other modalities, other anything. And that really is what started me back on the path. Um, what I learned from that was even though we are not necessarily able to heal someone's physical ailments, there are other ways in which we can help them heal before they pass, which was a very difficult lesson for me to learn.
Yeah.
And then following that, there was communication from him, from my mother-in-law, from others who had passed, and trying to understand it and make sense of it and to protect those. My daughter's skinny. get annoyed with me because I tell this story a lot. When after my husband had passed, my daughter was still talking to him. So my friends and family were explaining to me how she needed to be medicated, or she needed to be hospitalized, or she needed some sort of, psychological treatment. And that's the thing that I think really just shoved me straight on into all of this because I
Exactly.
knew she wasn't crazy. I knew she didn't need to be medicated. I knew she didn't need to be hospitalized. And she just needed to understand it better. And
Hmm.
so did I. So
Exactly.
we started taking classes. And I met Gloria Wykind at the Spirit Education Center and Sanctuary in the Poconos. And she introduced me to Lily Dale. And everything just kind of, from Gloria, it just kind of blossomed out to all of the amazing and wonderful tutors that I've met over the years, guides both on this side and the other side, and just opening up who I am and realizing that there's so much more than just what's right here. Excuse me.
It's all right. I got it too. Yeah, and you're so right, and today as we go forward, it doesn't seem so crazy anymore when you say I got a message or I hear somebody. People aren't as quick to say, you're crazy, she needs medication, you need to do this or whatever that is because humanity is changing so much. And, we were talking before we started this, and hold on, now I got my tickle, is that everything's changed now in the last 10, 15 years. It really has. And I'm very grateful and I'm so hopeful of what's coming. And that's why I get so excited with your academy. I get so excited because it's like, yes, yes. And it is, it's true. We are healers. We're all healers and we're all teachers and we're here to help each other. And as a healer myself, and as you are a healer, we do it different ways, but
Hmm.
it's all the same. It's all the same. We're bringing the light, we're bringing the higher frequency, and humanity is different now. It's different. And it can't go back to the way it was. It can't because we've evolved now to this new beautiful energy. And I love it. And I love how we are so needed, each and every one of us,
Yeah.
and the synchronicity and the serendipity of it all. It's just how we met back, back in I think 1917 or 2017. I don't know exactly when it was, the date, but it was all part of our purpose, um, where God, whatever you want to call it, source, spirit, whatever, guided you to be in each other's lives
Yes.
and to show the way. But it's also about our own healing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've been learning a lot more about that recently as well, because when I started the center, I wanted it to be like a school, an academy, where everybody could come from all over with all sorts of different knowledge and information.
Mhm.
And over the past year since I've been open, I've been noticing that everything keeps pushing more and more towards the healing,
Yes.
whether it is the IET or Theta or Reiki or any of the different modalities. When we do our guided meditations, they're healing meditations. When we do our development classes, everything always ends up with that healing aspect. The sacred cacao ceremonies, and it's just everything is just how different people heal differently, different people respond to different modalities, and everybody seems to be searching for ways to help them heal from all of the different things going on in their life, whether it's physical or mental or emotional or spiritual. There's
Yeah.
just so much, and having a safe place where they can come and just be themselves and then address the things that are going on around them once they can just be them.
Exactly. Exactly. Totally. Totally. Exactly. You know, when we talked in the very beginning, we talked about this energy that's here now, and our own thoughts and how we communicate with each other. And I myself have to keep a hold of what I'm thinking and how I say it out loud, because I'm so used to saying it a certain way, and nobody's here with me at the time, so I can talk to myself anytime I want. But also I do know that what I put out there is what I receive. So I consciously have to think of what I'm going to say before I say it, and realize how is that determining how things are going to happen. And my own community, which they've really, spirit has really come upon me to really walk the walk. Got to talk the talk, but also walk it. And it's like, if I'm having a bad day and I start thinking of, oh my gosh, here we go, woe is me, I'm going to have a bad day. But if I say, you know what, I'm going to have a great day and I'm going to accomplish a lot, and I just put that energy out there, it changes everything. And it does. And especially now, as healers, trying to help others, it's really about helping ourselves first, healing ourselves first. Bring the focus to ourselves. And I'm the first one to say I'm not perfect, thank God, but I can show my warts and all, and also be comfortable with it. It's okay. So that allows other people to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And what you said also about excuse me, that's the allergies that's going on now. Thanks to those pollens out there in this beautiful spring day. We have sunlight, yes,
Yay.
positive stuff. So it's about putting the energy out there. I think that's what I wanted to share about putting energy out there. And what you put out there is what you get back. What do you think about that?
I agree, but I also want to address one other thing that you had said.
Yes.
I'm alone in the house, so I could say whatever I want. It's not like anybody else is going to hear. You hear, and it's important what you hear,
Yeah,
what you say to yourself. And I think that's part of the self-care that we forget about sometimes.
exactly. Exactly. The self-care is that, just like, when a doctor would say, don't smoke, and you go ahead and you start smoking, it's like you're telling on yourself. And it's like, it is about talking to yourself, but also changing the cellular structure of your thoughts. The cellular structure is what you do, how you act. I was just, I had to go and have my blood drawn this morning, and I went in, and that's what I used to do at the hospital. I was a top phlebotomist on the expert team, and I used to do all this stuff. And I went into my old workplace. I mean, all new people, whatever. But I just put a smile on my face, and the waiting room was filled with people, and I'm thinking, oh, I am so glad it's not like it was before. You can actually sign yourself in. You don't have to wait in line and wait and wait and wait and wait.
Mhm.
All the changes, the beautiful changes that have happening. It's happened, and it's the evolvement. And so I went in, I just smiled to the person, and she smiled back, and it was like the air was set. That was it. The same with when I went and I worked out afterwards, but there's times when the days are, gloomy, and you go and you say, oh boy, it's raining out, oh my God. So right there, you set the tone. You
Yeah,
set the tone, so, but it is a nice sunny day today, and I'm very grateful for
me too. Even with
Okay.
all the pollen.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So, what are you going to be doing? I know I read in the video, I read in the bio rather, that you're going to be doing something very shortly at the center, but you're also going to be going to Lilydale. What else is going on? What else do you think is going to go on in your life in the next month? What do you feel? Let's put it that way.
Oh gosh, the next month is absolutely booked. Actually, the next 2 months is just booked solid. Between the next weekend's event where we have the trance healing classes, healing with sacred geometry, cleansing of house and aura. We have the table tipping. I've got a conference that I'm going to right after that. I've got the conference we're doing in Lilydale. I have a woman coming in from New Jersey who's going to do past life regressions. And then I'm sitting weekly with a group to develop physical mediumship. And I'm taking part in an IONS research study on physical mediumship and development. And working full time and
You got to set that in there, don't you? I
yeah,
know.
gotta be able to pay for all of this stuff
I
too, right?
know. I hear you. I hear you.
Um, and then my friends from Wyoming Valley Ghost Tours are going to be hosting a cruise up to Nova Scotia in August.
Ooh.
We're having our very first psychic fair in July. We've added, so we're up to 3 meditations a month. One is a sound bath meditation, and two are crystal singing bowl meditations. We have Reiki shares going on. The third Wednesday of the month, we have Reiki with tuning forks on the second Tuesday of the month. We just had our very first Reiki class, and we had, okay, so this is probably the thing that sums up my school the best.
Okay.
We had a teacher come in and attuned the students in her class. After the class, everybody always said, okay, now go out and practice. And my question always was, practice where? On who? I mean, there's never anything set up for that. And that was my problem with all the classes. So
Yes.
all the classes that we have at the academy come with follow-up practice sessions.
Oh, that's good. That's
Last
good.
Yeah, so last week, our new practitioners had a Monday night where we opened it up to the community to come in for a free Reiki session so that they can gain confidence and proficiency in what they learned. We had over a dozen people who showed, which was wonderful. And they got to practice and feel a lot more confident when they got out of it.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I like that. And it's so important to be able to feel the energy and stay in the energy. And it reminds me of when I do my classes too, is that my all the students that I teach, they can always come back and take the courses for free. That's
Mhm.
my kind of gift because you need to be in that energy. You know, you need to
Yeah,
be in like-minded, but feel more confident and feel that you're not alone. Feel that
yeah.
you're not alone, which I think is really important. I think that's a wonderful idea. That's wonderful. That's
And then
wonderful.
also with the class, or when they came in to do their practice sessions, we have like a large living room, dining room area. So we set the tables up all in a row, and each practitioner had their own table. The teacher was in the room with them. Not that they needed it, but for that extra little safety net, so that if you
Right.
felt not confident about something or you had a question about something, you could just turn and she was right there.
I like that. I like that.
The students did really well. Everybody had a marvelous time. We have another one coming up. I don't think we've set the date for the second one yet. But we're going to have that coming up as well so that they have, I think, a month or so now because I'm going to be all over God's creation. This friends, family, whatever, and then to come back and have strangers come in because it's a different thing when you're working with somebody you don't know anything about as opposed to you're working with someone you do know.
Exactly.
I think it's
Exactly.
important to have experience with both in order to be able to take those next steps.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that's a wonderful idea. And I like that. And uh, with IET and Uni Field, the ones that I do, I always make sure that I teach them to do the mini sessions. And first of all, to do the mini sessions on yourself, but
Mhm.
also it's a way that you can stand in the light and be in the light and show anybody how to do it. Well, you know what I mean. And not
Yeah.
show anybody how to do it, but stay in the frequency. That's the whole point. And that's wonderful. Reiki is a little bit different than what I do, but it's still the energy. It's being in the energy,
Mhm.
and it's marvelous. It's marvelous. It's marvelous. Wonderful.
Dr. Chris Mochin just got certified with his theta healing to be able to teach that, or is just finishing up his thing to be able to teach that. So we'll be bringing that to the center as well, which is another, wonderful healing modality for people to be able to experience and learn and grow.
Wonderful. 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 Well, I think it's amazing, and it's wonderful to see your evolution and to see where we're going forward, especially in the time that we're living in right now. And for me, it's like being the light, shining your light, and you do shine. It
Thank
is
you.
you're glowing. You're glowing.
It's I gotta share with you. Do I have it here? Yeah. Um, I don't know
Ah,
if you can see, it's a little flashlight. And in all of my events, I hand out the flashlights to everybody. So it's a stupid little marketing thing because it's got my name on it. But the reason I'm using a flashlight is to remind everybody that they are the light and
yep,
that they bring the light with them wherever they go.
exactly.
And then
Exactly.
sometimes when things seem really dark, you've got a little flashlight with you to remember that the light is there.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, I'm just grinning from ear to ear. We're so much on the same page. We're in the same energy as far as the power that we have as divine beings, and also the power that is here to help us right now, to be in the light. What does it mean to be in the light? And many people hear it all different ways, and this is a time of, so much anger and so much uncertainty, fear,
Yeah.
fear, fear,
Yeah.
fear. And it's we all have it. We all have it, but it's also been programmed into us, and to realize that it takes time to change, but you've got to want to take the action. You've got to set the intention.
Yeah.
And I love it as healers, how we set the intention. What is your intention to heal? A lot of people say, I don't need to heal. It's like, okay, so why are you here?
Yeah.
What brought you here? And say, wow, this and that. And then when they say they don't have anything to heal, and it's like, well, how is that working for you? As Dr. Phil would say, how is that working for you? But it's not saying it in a spiteful way or anything like that. It's just like, okay, I know there's a reason,
Hmm.
so let's take a look at the reason. And then that's also the heart connection that we have with the light. And humanity is going through this big change, and it's all about the coherence as far as us coming from that light, which you said, and it's within inside each and every one of us. And it's so important to understand how that works in our life, and where we're going in humanity. So I applaud you, dear sister. I love it. And when you got that little light out, it just reminds me of my disc that I have behind me. I have healing discs that I use when I do sessions, and I have my light too. I just don't have it near me. However, I will tell you, when I look up in my bedroom, I have a salt lamp, and I have an old decoration. It really is a light that I got from you when I did a meditation with you. I don't remember whether it was down in PA or whether we were at Lilydale, but about shining your light. And it was a little light bulb, and you have illuminated, and then it lights up, illuminates in the middle of the night. And I look at that, it's like, yes, Lisa, when you said that light, that's the first thing that I thought of is your light is still with me. It's still with me. It's wonderful to teach that. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that.
I know, I still have it. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, you have such wisdom, and it is about ascension wisdom. What's your definition of ascension? What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you?
Honestly, I'm not sure because I've
Okay.
gone through so many different incarnations of who I am, and it just kind of seems like I keep going to another place, but that each place seems a little bit higher and a little bit more open and a little bit closer to the true me rather
Yeah,
than the me that was created by the events that happened to me in my life.
that's that's a good interpretation. I like that. It's true. And that's why I always say is, let the light shine through. Whatever needs to be shown right now. And as I said, warts and all, a lot of
Yeah.
times the warts come through. It's like it's okay. And I know that I have a purpose. And all I've gone through is is for the purpose of being able to share it with somebody else. Because once we share it with somebody else, it's not such a burden anymore.
Yeah.
It's not such a burden at all. And it opens up, our evolution, where we're going, and also who we really are as souls. You know, why are we here? And I shared this a lot when I was a little girl. I was the only one in the car with my mother out of 8 kids, and I was the only one in big old Woody station wagon, so you can imagine that one, in Tucson, Arizona, when we lived there at the time. And all of a sudden I said, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, what are we here for? Where did we come from?" And she pulled the car over and she turned off the car and she turned around to me and she says, "Honey, I don't know." She didn't, but my soul knew. And that's what I loved when you shared about, you know, you're more than all the experiences, all the incarnations and the things you've experienced in this wisdom, in this life, but you're so much more. And that's what we are. We are evolving into a higher light. And I am very, very grateful for our friendship, for me knowing you, for being a wonderful light worker, way shower to help others shine their light and open up. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm
And
so
now, go
glad
ahead.
that we've had a chance to reconnect after all this time, because
I
it's
know.
been forever since I've seen you, and being able to sit in the energy with you, even though it's virtual, has been absolutely amazing and wonderful. And thank you.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. All right. So, would you please share your website and your location and everything so my viewers have that? And I will put it in the description down below so they will have it there too.
Okay, thank you.
You're
If anybody needs to get in touch with me or to find out any of the wonderful things we have going on, our website is journeywithlisa.com. And you can also find me on Facebook under the Starlight Academy for Metaphysical Studies. We are located in West Pittston, Pennsylvania, which is just a little bit south of Scranton. And we're not like open all the time because, you know, like I said, I'm working. But we have events going on almost every night and every weekend. And we invite you to come on down and share with us the light, the energy, the camaraderie. You know, I think it's important for people to have a place where they can come back together again and be in the same room with each other and share that energy in person.
exactly, exactly. Wow. I don't want to stop. But it's time. It's time. So, well, I hope you all have enjoyed all this because I have, and I would highly encourage you to get a hold of Lisa. All right, so all of her information will be there. And again, stand in your light, stay out of the fear, and be all that you're supposed to be, or what you came here to be. So, thank you everybody for coming, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Bye bye. Welcome, everyone, to another enlightening Ascension Wisdom Conversations. It is brought to you by Galactic Ascension Academy at SheilaTillich.com. Yes, this is the time to awaken and live your soul's mastery. I am a galactic grandmother, Sheila Tillich, and I invite you to relax and enjoy this time together as we discover our Ascension Wisdom Mastery. As souls, we have entered a higher dimensional reality as humans on planet Earth. This is the new energy consciousness. It has awakened our multidimensional spiritual DNA abilities, which are given to us by our galactic